Hey guys, what's up? It's my Uncle Zunky. So, it has been a while since the last time that I played Isaac, but we're gonna go for it, and admittedly a large part of that is not only due to the fact that Shadow of Mordor came out, but also that I've just mostly been looking forward to Rebirth, and I recently found out, I wasn't super paying attention I guess, but pretty recently found out that Rebirth is going to be coming out on PlayStation 4 first, and then it's going to be released on PC. So even though the release date is, I believe, like November 4th, it won't come out on PC right away, so we might have to a little bit longer to wait until that actually happens. I'm pretty excited for Rebirth to come out, and when it does come out, I expect to be making quite a bit of videos on the subject. This is a really awkward place to be stuck, especially with these shooting flies that come out. You really don't want to be stuck inside like a rock formation like that with stuff that can harm you if you walk into it. Although I'm not sure if these guys can harm you if you walk into them. I know some of the stuff, like the ones that drop bombs when they die, you can walk into them and it doesn't actually hurt you at all, which is kind of a nice touch, I think. But speaking of what isn't going to be a nice touch, is probably might play this game, because oh my goodness, go a long time without playing Isaac and it might go rough for you. And I just realized this is a basement XL floor, so I actually need a couple keys. But we've already started it. We've already committed to the basement XL, so I'm not going to uncommit from it and decide, screw this, we're going to reset. I will reset at the very start of the floor if I do not like the way that things are shaping out to be, but I'm not going to reset once we're already actually going into the floor itself. So let's just hope that we actually get the 2 key drops that are necessary to continue and open up both of the item rooms. So, I mean, I'm really quite excited for Rebirth to come out, and I have big plans for that actually to happen. I think it would probably be a wise idea to use a bomb here to explore this key and then get into our first item room, not waste any reroll charges. Let's go for it, getting back into the swing of things. But Rebirth is probably going to be a big cornerstone of this channel, like as that comes out, because, Isaac is really where I started. Relic is a great place to start in this game. But Isaac is how I've started. It's been by far the most successful series on this channel, mostly due to the fact that I've had more episodes of this than anything else on the channel. But I plan on doing, probably Isaac as the #1 thing I can always fall back to, #1 thing that I just recognize as being, this is the game that the channel is built around, but lots and lots of other stuff along with that. Maybe focusing on Isaac a little bit less in the future, because I honestly upload a lot of Isaac, and even though there's nothing wrong with watching some Isaac, there's other games out there too. One game that I was considering is Borderlands, the pre-sequel. I'm not sure if I will be getting that one, because that is a full price game, and I'm not sure how many of those I actually want to be playing per year just because of monetary expense reasons. But Small Rock, actually a great start, so I'm really glad I didn't decide to reset this. I was considering it, like, as soon as I noticed that Basement XL, I was like, oh, I might want to reset this, because obviously I'll be losing out on that guaranteed deal with the devil for the second floor, because I've already taken damage, and it's pretty unlikely to go through a couple floors, well, what amounts to being a couple floors, but is all lumped into one when it's an XL floor without taking any red heart damage at all. But we got both of our keys, so we didn't really lose out on anything. I would rather not take Peeper Eye. It can be decent. I found out recently that the Peeper Eye, even though it turns one of every other tiers that you fire red, and it plops out your eye, it looks like it should be putting your damage up a little bit, right? But it doesn't actually increase your damage. It just has this Peeper move around the screen, and it does decent damage if it runs into stuff. But I think we could probably get a much more valuable item by choosing to reroll that, so that's what I'm going to do, especially because there's a lot of rooms left, so I want to be careful not to be GG'd by that guy. So I do have a key. I could blow this up, and I think I'm going to do that and see if there is any money inside here. Now, that's not really helpful. Rusted key, just a slightly higher chance to get key drops if that even works, but key drops would be handy. But I mostly just wanted to see if I can't nab myself 5 extra cents, and then I could use this key to go inside the shop. Now the keys are just dropping left and right, and I really wish I had a bomb left to open up the tinted rock, so hopefully I'll get that from one of the bosses here, or we might have a couple rooms left to explore. I will hold off on the rerolls, go back and reroll that Peeper Eye only if I don't have anything to reroll from the bosses, and if I do reroll from the bosses, I'll probably just take the Peeper Eye, because I don't see why not. It's better than not having the Peeper Eye, in my opinion. So, oh no, I was just barely fast enough to get away from that guy, so I wasn't immediately killed. These Larry Juniors this game are like vicious. They're going right for me. That's not always the case when you're doing this here. Usually they just kind of like meander around the room, but this guy was clearly seeking me out. If we could end his days, a Tears upgrade would be really, really nice. Really anything other than a shot speed up, in all honesty, I'd be incredibly happy with. But I think the Larry Jr. down there just trapped himself. Can he even get out of this? I don't know. Like, he had a little bit of maneuvering room. I will take this crate because that will give me a bomb, and I really want to make sure I get to open up that tinted rock. So 2 clubs. I was kind of hoping for a Joker card there. It would have been amazing. I'm not going to use the 2 clubs right now because that would be kind of a waste. We will take that. Bombs are key, so now I have 3 bombs and 1 key. I'm not really sure if that puts me off in a better or worse situation, because 3 keys would be pretty handy, but you know, we do want these for the tinted rocks. Lots of soul hearts. Now that's always nice to have. I think we're going to go ahead and do this second boss room just so we don't have to backtrack if I do end up wanting to reroll the second one. So and I do get Blue Baby's soul here as well, which will just shoot homing tears and, you know, do a decent amount of damage. It's really not great. I think it does like base damage, base familiar damage, so I believe what that is 2.5 damage tears. It just shoots homing tears and wanders around the room. Like, that's what Brother Bobby does, and I think that's what other familiars such as like Little Steven do as well. Oh, that was pretty bad getting hit there. At least we will have a nice soul heart cushion going down to the next floor, so hopefully that will result in me getting some more soul hearts. And you know what? I think I will take this speed upgrade, because Isaac, you want to have at least one. More speed upgrades than that, that's based really on personal preference, but you definitely want to have at least the 1 speed upgrade. That can really help you out. And let's proceed on. As soon as I get my reroll here, and I do want to clear out the last couple rooms in the floor. I'm pretty sure there won't be more than 3. There won't be up to 3 rooms down here. So, oh, maybe I was wrong about that. I'm gonna have to eat my words here. I could potentially get another reroll out of this. This is dumb. I should have rerolled first, but I'll go ahead and pop 2 of clubs, take the High Priestess. I don't want to backtrack, so even though I really am wasting a reroll, definitely wasting a reroll at this point, I think we'll just finish this off and be pretty happy with the first floor that we got regardless. Even though optimally it would have been better to go up and reroll that Peeper's Eye and then do these rooms down here, but whatever. Even though we have the relic, we're still getting like all these soul hearts left and right. I'm gonna go ahead and gamble on this chest, and we get Tammy's head, which is a reroll pedestal. So I'll go ahead and reroll that one, and we get the Black Bean Panic Farts. It is a special item, and I don't believe we have any special items so far, although I'm not completely sure what the box is. I guess Panic Farts would be okay. It's not the greatest item, but it makes us look nice and chubby as we walk around, so that's always a nice visual effect. But let's finish off the last room here, and then I guess take the Peeper's Eye, because there's nothing else we can really do with it. We can't reroll it because I was a fool and kind of wasted some of the reroll recharges, but that's fine. I mean, I'm naked again as well, so that's always a good thing. I had that box covering my lower midsection area, but that has been removed. We are now in the flesh once again. Peeper's Eye obtained. Let's go down to the next floor. Pretty good. I mean, that small rock is such a good damage up. It's a full +1 damage, and there's not really a whole lot of stuff in the game that boosts you a full +1. Like, at least half of the items in the game that boost your damage are only like 0.3 or 0.5 damage up. So small rock is always nice, even with the speed down, but we made up for that with the spoon. So back-to-back XL floors, that really sucks, but hopefully we will be able to make up for that. I mean, I have a lot of soul hearts, I have the relic. I mean, I could definitely make this happen and still get a deal with the devil out of this. We'll see how it goes, but I will be trying my best to make that happen. Try my best not to take any damage whatsoever, and hopefully we'll be able to go into that second boss fight without any red hearts. That will require that I kind of find the second boss fight sooner rather than later, though, because going through the entire XL floor, I don't know if I'd take that much damage, but I'm bound to take some damage, and hopefully that won't stack upon itself to the point where I actually take red heart damage, but we'll see. So first item room, Pinking Shears is an okay item. I'll touch it just because, even though I don't have to touch it because it's not in any other pools, but reroll it, Monster Manuel. At least that gives me a library chance, and it's out of the library rotation, but by itself, not really a very useful item. We find the second item room right away. Hopefully our fortunes with this one fare a little bit better, because I do want to come away with this floor with 2 useful items. I mean, I found both item rooms right away, earlier on in the run, so that just goes for a great chance to actually get 2 solid items out of here, but we'll try our best. Go ahead and pop you open, and this is another bad spacebar item. Well, I guess Pink and Cherries wasn't a bad spacebar item, it just is a spacebar item, which is my main problem with it, but 2 bad spacebar items, 1 decent, but on other news, we come to our boss room, so that's something on the bright side. We can potentially make the devil happen, and I will have a reroll for the devil room as well. Ah, that speed there was just killer. Unfortunately, my speed has been reduced. Even though my speed has been increased, you know, Isaac doesn't have the best base speed to begin with, so let's make sure we take out these guys quickly before we move on. And this boss fight should go pretty easily. And first cube of meat, you always want to have 1 or 2. More than that, you are, you know, usually a bad thing, but you always want to have those first cubes of meat, because orbitals are really handy, especially as we get down. Oh, I don't even know how that hit me. I think I misjudged the blast radius of some of these little green bombs that he's throwing. But even though I lost, you know, a full 2 soul hearts here, I'm still on pace to get myself a deal with the devil in the next room, so that's fine, as long as the next room isn't like the most difficult boss fight of all time. And I don't think there's anything in the caves that could really do 4.5 hearts of damage to me, even at my speed. And oh, it's a bad item. Alright, so 2 items that aren't really the most helpful, and I still have yet to get a health upgrade, so that's kind of a problem, because we will hopefully at least be gaining ourselves a deal with the devil this floor. So not having health upgrades is definitely an issue. I did get hit here, so like taking stuff in the deal with the devil room, I just have to be a little bit more cautious with that, considering, you know, I don't have any red hearts to fall back on other than just my base health. And 4 boss rooms with no health upgrade, a little bit unlucky there, but I did get hit a couple times. Taking little Chad there makes the relic a worse item, so I'm not going to be doing that. And I don't know, I mean, let's go Brimstone, let's try this run. And Guppy's head, no thanks. And I haven't had a Brimstone run in quite a while, and the only thing that concerns me right now is my health, but hopefully the relic and some careful planning and maneuvering will be able to make that not such an issue. I'm going to go ahead and clear out the rest of this floor, and hopefully I won't actually, you know, go down in health from doing that. The plan is that I might actually gain some health from like the relic, or just finding tinted rocks on the floor. But I should have good damage. Small rock plus brimstone is pretty good damage. I definitely want to build on that as we move on into the game, but that's definitely a good starting place. I mean, my health is bad, but the damage is good. And anyway, so I just will be clearing out the rest of this floor in an attempt to build up hearts, and I'm getting pretty close to the point where I could check out the shop as well. I just realized I am somewhat wasting reroll charges here, so let's time to go back to our item rooms. Chariot or High Priestess? I don't know. I honestly don't know which one of those I'd rather have. I think I'd rather have the Chariot, to be honest. Like, they do probably similar damage, those two, but I do have the Orbital as well, so that could help out when I have the Chariot invincibility active, even though I can't actually shoot with the Chariot active. So let's reroll one of these item rooms. It doesn't really matter which one, because they're both bad. And another Spacebar item, which is another pretty bad pickup, but hopefully I'll get at least 2 more rerolls throughout this floor. It is an XL, so there very well could be many, many rooms left to go. It just depends a little bit. So there's our first one. I, again, want to find the shop. It would be difficult to find the secret room on an XL floor. It always is. And there's our first tinted rock of the floor. And those are something that I'm looking for, planning for, you know, hoping that they'll get my health up a little bit. I already found this pill, and that was bombs are key. I think I'd rather have 7 bombs than 7 keys. Like, I have enough keys to make it work as we currently stand. I will, yeah, go ahead and open that up, mostly for scents and all. And Goat Hoof. I think I'd rather have Blue Baby's Soul than Goat Hoof, just for that tiny bit of extra damage, because, you know, speed is nice sometimes, but I don't think it's really necessary right now. I almost just walked into the next room with the reroll. Man, I really have to get back in the swing of things with Isaac. With Rebirth coming out, I'm just going to embarrass myself at the release of Rebirth. I'm going to be completely clueless when that game first comes out, probably just dying left and right. But go and reroll that. 10 bombs. Alright, I'm going to take that just because, you know, bombs are pretty useful, and hopefully I won't have to, you know, waste a lot of these bombs in boss fights coming up, but it's always nice to have them just in case. Although, if I fight something like Chubb, and even in a room, not even in a boss fight, I'm always very, very tempted to just go ahead and, like, go crazy on the bombs. So Took some more damage there, but that's okay. Oh, I guess I already used the key on the shop, so might as well go in. Mom's coin purse is something that I definitely would like. I only need one more cent to actually make that happen. Make that a reality. So, I mean, a cent is a pretty common drop. Come on. We can do it here. Okay, this room is bad situation to be in. Luckily, I only took half a heart of damage. It could be a lot worse. And there's the cent. I was really hoping that would happen, because if that didn't, there would be a lot of backtracking that would have to happen. That's just annoying. But backtracking is something you have to get used to with Isaac. If you want to win, you're going to have to backtrack a lot through shops and stuff. So let's go ahead and re-roll my second item, as I do have two that I did not want. And it does look like if I don't get something interesting here on this re-roll, I will have at least one more shot. Polyphemus right now would be amazing. Telepathy for dummies. Not really what I had in mind. So I think that definitely justifies a little bit more backtracking to try to get myself another reroll, because, I mean, I guess on the bright side we have 2 items out of the shop rotation, and we do have a D6, so double item rooms are always nice. Like, it doesn't happen all that often when you actually get double item rooms, but when you do, it's pretty amazing. Especially if you get them like later on in floors where you wouldn't even normally get item rooms. Alright, another key. Always nice to stock up on those. And this floor just keeps going on and on. Like, does it ever end? I mean, I don't mind. It gives me more opportunities to, like, get stuff. But at the same time, this is, like, crazy how many rooms I have available. It would be nice if I could get, like, a curse room, too. Mark or Pact, always really awesome to get. Although I'm shooting a Brimstone Laser, not Tears. So maybe Pact is a little bit less valuable than normally would be. But I'd go for it if I found a curse room, even on this lower health. And I don't know, I don't even know what else I'd find. Like, maybe an arcade would be okay. Just any sort of room that provides an advantage. I guess the chances of a library would be really low, because I didn't even find the first book until I was on this floor. So, and the floor is generated before you actually continue. So, do I want Infestation? That's another item that helps me out when I get damaged, and I already have the Panic Farts. So, I don't know. Like, I kind of want to take it, but at the same time, you know what? I'm not going to, because I'm on a kind of lowish health run, I think, and I'm not sure if I'll get, I'll probably just get, like, incredibly lucky and get a ton of red heart containers after saying this, but when I'm on a lowish health run, I typically play a little bit more carefully, and I take a little bit less damage. So if I'm taking less damage, Infestation is less beneficial to me, so we'll hold off on that, and I will use a bomb here. I wouldn't normally do that, but I have plenty of bombs to spend, so might as well. And this is a free shop teleport, so not really something that I'm all that interested in. And heck, I might even get another reroll after this one, the way this floor is going. Might be worth, at least trying if I get a bad item after this next reroll here. Let's see if we can get both of them. Oh, I got both of them in one Brim Snap. It's not always the easiest thing in the world to do. Another thing that's not always the easiest thing in the world to do is get out of rooms like this without taking damage, but I managed that one. I have my keyboard in like the weirdest possible situation right now. It's kind of like resting on the base of my monitor, so it's really off balance, and if I hit one side of the keyboard too hard, it like kind of flies up in the air, and definitely not a good place to be playing Isaac. But the way my mic works, I have to have it like directly in front of me, so my keyboard is like behind my mic, and it is even more awkward. What? Are you serious? I have one of those in the boss room as well. Okay, so we have 2 little Chads on one floor. 2 bad items. Like, I don't want either one of them. They're both bad. I wonder if I took both little Chads, what would happen? Probably just nothing. I don't imagine the 2 really stack with each other, but that'd be kind of funny having 2 little Chads. But hopefully that won't be the case, as long as I get... Oh, this is not looking good. I have to get 2 combat rooms down that southern path if I want to not walk away with another Chad here. Come on, 2 rooms. Please, don't do this. Oh, the game did it to me. Alright, well, I'm not going to be taking either one of the Chads, and that is really a shame. This floor was nowhere near as successful as our first floor, although we did get Brimstone. Brimstone's, it's okay. It can be a pretty much guaranteed win if you get enough damage to go along with it, or if you get, like, a bunch of damage modifiers. Like, if I got Polyphemus and Max's head, then it would be game over, but we're not really at that point. Oh, I just took little Chad. Oh, I hate myself. Okay, so the reason why I don't want to take that is because it makes the relic drop soul hearts less often. I promise that was not intentional. I was just not paying attention and I happened to walk into it, so. Instead of the relic dropping a heart every 5 rooms now, I believe it drops a heart every 7 rooms. So it definitely makes the item a worse item, which I am not looking forward to at all. And the poison damage just killed everything. Like, I was getting completely destroyed and the poison was just like, I got you, bro. And walked out of there without taking more damage, which I probably would have if I actually had to fight everything off myself. You know, why not just fight the boss right away? I don't really see any reason not to. Here's hoping for Mask of Infamy, because, like, you gotta get Mask of Infamy sometimes. I'd much rather get it, at least on a run where I have Piercing Tears and I can deal with it. And when you do have the Piercing Tears, it's very easy to deal with. But instead, we're gonna get Loki 2, which is, yeah, I don't know. Loki 2 is a really easy boss. I guess it's all about the drop at the end of the boss, right? Oh, his trap there almost hit me. That would have been really quite pathetic if that was the case. The trap can, like, go right under Loki and it doesn't even damage him. It's kind of a scam, I think. Oh my goodness. I got, like, hit by... I'm not even sure if I got hit by Loki or the trap there, but... Meat! You want to take that? That's damage up. And we're actually blocked. Our path into the Devil Room is blocked by the rocks there. Okay, so Flight or Guppy's Tail. Flight is tempting, but I'm not going to take it. Mom's Knife or more Flight. So, yeah, no Marker Pact, so I'm not going to take anything in the Devil Room. Those are really the only 2 items I was looking for there. If I found either Marker Pact, I would be perfectly happy to go all Soul Hearts all the time, but since we didn't get any, we're just going to leave that behind. Let's clear out the rest of the floor. Obviously, want to find our item room, and hopefully I'll get more damage out of it. I mean, I really want a Poly. That would be just wonderful if I could get a Polyphemus or max his head out of my item room and really increase that damage a lot, and then this run would be fun. I love high damage Brimstone runs. The problem with Brimstone is it's not that fun when you don't have high damage because of the long recharge time. Even though it's probably, you know, in all intensive purposes, easier than not having Brimstone and having, like, the same damage, but I don't know, it's just not as fun. So that was, like, a lot of rooms. I didn't count, but I'm pretty sure that was at least 7 rooms there since the last time we got a Soul Heart drop from our relics, so that just goes to show Little Chad making the relic worse. Not really what I wanted, but oh well. An item room, of course, is down the last path that we go down. Would be cool to find out the secret room as well. I should probably be checking for that. I mean, I have 21 bombs. What else am I holding on to them for? There we go, first shot. Alright. And 3 cents. That's not going to cut it, at least when it comes to shops. Library would be cool on this floor as well if I could go into that. Ideal situation here would be item room, Polyphemus, and then library. And then I could actually reroll the library and, you know, get closer to that double item room hype. But, alright, well, we do have a curse room on this floor at least. You know, that's at least a shot at a Marker Pact. I found 2 Guppy items already, which I didn't actually take either one of them, so come on. Please. It's going to be such a troll if I get, like, a Devil Room teleport from this. And I got a Devil Room teleport from this, but I can reroll it. And we get a 1 Heart Pact. Alright, well, that wasn't so bad. I kind of forgot about the point that, you know, I have a reroll available, so even if I got a Devil Room teleport, it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. So, Pact increases my reload speed. And let's see, we got a Tears Up too. Doesn't seem all that different, actually. Book of Shadows, alright, it's a good item, but it's not better than the D6. And hopefully I can reroll that at least 1 more time. But that is 3 books out of the library. 3 books out of the rotation. I haven't even found a library yet. That's crazy. Not something that will happen all that often. I will check out the shop just in case it's greed. I was mostly hoping for greed there, actually, just for another reroll recharge, to be honest. But and some money. But no such luck. That's really sad. Like, even when you want greed, you can't get it. But then when you don't want him, he shows up, like, every time, so such is life. Unfortunately, we will have to live with the Book of Shadows. If greed was in that shop, man, I would have walked away with maybe an item I could have actually used, but that was not the case, and let's head on down to the next floor. I mean, at least I got the pact out of this, which is a couple more soul hearts, and I did unfortunately have to trade a red heart for it, but it's all good. And I guess the Devil Room was back there anyway, so the Devil Room teleport that we got wasn't completely necessary. Would have much rather had the Devil Room teleport from the Curse Room on this floor, but there is a nice tinted rock for me. 2 soul hearts? Well, 1 soul heart, that's okay, and I got my bomb back in the trolliest way possible. I'm not going to check out the shop yet, although I was considering, I was like, I don't have enough money yet, and I want to hold off on that. So we do have another curse room, which is awesome. I mean, everyone loves curse rooms, and if you don't, you should, because they're extremely handy. Devil room teleport? Oh, dead cat. We can reroll that and get the nail, which I might as well use just to get my soul heart back that I lost from entering this place. And I should be able to reroll that and get an item, you know, a good item. I mean, not that the nail isn't a good item, but I just won't be using it because it's a spacebar item. And I want to hold on to the D6 as long as possible, just to make sure our everything in the future is pretty good. Like, if I had Nun's Habit, I'd go for it. I'd go for that nail, but that is so troll that I got the soul heart in a place where I can't reach. Flight would be cool, you know, if I got... Well, I guess I can't get Lord of the Pits or that other flight item because I've already seen them, but anyway, flight would be great. A great asset to have, and unfortunately we found the boss room right away, but there's no teleport out of the boss room available to us so far, but we do have a reroll available to us. I'm really glad I caught that, so let's go mark. Dead cat again. I just saw dead cat. What the heck? I rerolled dead cat into nail, and then it rerolled back into dead cat. How is that even fair? Well, I know for a fact you can get mark in a curse room, so because I've gotten marks in the curse room before, so I'm hoping to get that next. That's my plan for what I eventually want to walk away with. 2 more rooms, and then I'll make sure to go back for... I think rerolling this curse room for a mark is probably even more valuable than rerolling the item room. Even though I could potentially get better items from the item room, I don't think it's very likely. Oh, I'm a little too slow for this guy. I think I'm gonna... Am I gonna take damage? Please don't. Oh, yeah, and I took damage there because I'm just not quite fast enough. More damage. Maybe that would have been a good time to use the chariot. I'm not sure, but that's just a bombs or key pill. I don't really want 20 keys, as interesting as that might make the gameplay. I don't really know how much that would actually help me out. So that Super Lust fight was kind of a troll, but let's go ahead and go back and get ourselves a mark. That would be amazing. Let's go for it. If I don't get a mark here, if this rolls into like another guppy item. A Ouija board, not useful. That just makes it, gives me the ability to like shoot through rocks and stuff, but I can already do that with brimstone. So we're going through. Like, I didn't even know a Ouija board was in the curse room. I swear I've never seen that in the curse room before. Oh, this room is bad. Yeah, that room is like guaranteed damage. It's very, very difficult to avoid damage in that room. Let's just say that. And a whole ton of drops. Devil room teleport. Oh, it is. It is a devil room teleport, but I only have 1 heart, so how really useful is that devil room teleport? I don't know. Maybe I should like hold off on it till yeah, I think we should hold off on it till the next floor. Unless I get another red heart drop here. Although, like, really all I want from the devil room is the mark, and I might hopefully be getting that really soon from this curse room, so I don't even know how useful it really is, but who knows. Okay, let's... I mean, if I cleared out, like, the devil room pool and I saw every single devil room item in the game, which is the case, you can get item room items from it. I have had that happen once before, so that'd be pretty hilarious if I cleared it out to the point where I was getting item room items, but yeah. Alright, Sacrificial Dagger is okay. I think I'm going to take that and then reroll my curse room, because I think I have higher odds for a really great item for my curse room than I do for my item room. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I will be eventually using this Joker card, but just not yet. In Sacrificial Dagger, if I used it with that chariot against this mom fight, that could go really, really well, actually. So I think I'll be trying to do that. One thing I could do, I could bring the Joker into the mom fight and then see if I get 2... Oh, there's our mark. Perfect. Alright, I could bring this Joker card into the mom fight, and then if I get a health drop afterwards, I could go ahead and see if I could teleport into the devil room and nab something. But again, like, I've got my 3 favorite items from the devil room now, so I don't really know what else I would need, but I don't know. I think I'm probably just going to save it. This is sketchy. This is sketchy to the umpteenth degree, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like that, and that was sketchy as well, but just trying to avoid damage here. There is an arcade. Okay, that could make things interesting, as well as an arena. We'll check you out, just see if there's anything gold chest. No thanks. Arcade. Don't really want to play anything. I just mostly want to blow stuff up, so let's go ahead and do that. Lots and lots of money, so I can at least go to the shop now, although it most likely will be greed in there, but if it is, that's fine. Okay, pretty fly, so we have our full orbitals now. 2 blocking orbitals, 1 high damage orbital. That's always a good situation to be in, so let's go ahead and check out the shop now, since I have enough money to make it worthwhile, and even if it's not worthwhile, at least I'll get a reroll out of it. Not like I can use that on anything. Oh, it's actually not greed. I'm somewhat surprised by that. I'll go ahead and buy this, though, because more health is always nice. And Mom's Coin Purse, I mean, it's tempting, but the only good pill I've found in the rotation so far is Pretty Fly, so I don't really know what I would exactly do with Mom's Coin Purse. And I will go ahead and take the Joker into the Mom's fight, just in case I actually get a health drop from Mom, and if that is the case, I will teleport into the Devil Room. Okay, I want to be careful here. I want to, like, hug the wall. There we go. I also want to take those bombs. I didn't know the trap could, like, go at you in that direction. Alright, Mom fight. Here we go. My first Mom fight in a couple weeks, so hopefully this one doesn't go too badly. I'll try my best. Oh, orbitals doing work for me. Orbitals have, like, blocked a ton of damage. Alright, I poisoned Mom. Let's be careful here. I mean, I do have the orbitals, so I probably should have just, like, attempted to cheese Mom. She only shot me once with her tears. That was weird, but... Okay, I mean, we have the reroll. Let's grab the Polaroid quickly before we move on. It would probably be nice just to spend these 2 hearts so that the Polaroid could benefit me. Oh, a Krampus fight. Okay, perfect. I was just saying, like, what could I get from a Devil Room that I actually want, and completely forgot about Krampus. So I think Krampus cube meat is a solid +2 damage up, or +1 damage up, or it's a good amount of damage up when you have Brimstone. So I'm gonna be really happy with this. Huge damage up with Brimstone is always nice. Unfortunately, I don't really have like any damage multipliers that would make my damage just ridiculous and crazy all at the same time, but nice Krampus fight, you can't argue with that, and some more damage. Let's move on to the next floor, and still not super happy about the way my health is going, but the damage is completely fine, so I really wish I could have that soul heart again, but the power of flight was not given to me this run. And let's proceed. And I get to hang on to Blue Baby's soul as well, because I have the Mom's Coin Purse. Not really sure how valuable that is, and oh, I wish I could get to that chest, but I would just hurt myself doing it, so I'm not going to. I'll be careful here. Sometimes these chain reactions can really get to you. Unidentified pill, please be Balls of Steel. It's not. It's telepills into the boss fight. So, you know, that's pretty nice. You gotta love that when that happens. That's really weird. I think this is the first time I've fought Blastocyst since, like, when I was really, really new to Isaac. I think I fought it on, like, one of my first womb entries. I haven't fought Blastocyst in a really long time, though, and it is a pretty rare boss. Alright, some more food at the end of it. That's completely fine, and that was, like, the fastest Eudora 1 floor of all time. At least for me, that was probably. Maybe not of all time, but for me, definitely. Let's blow you open and move on. So, okay, my health is actually starting to look decent after that health upgrade, and the soul heart I just picked up, and hopefully more soul hearts in the future that I will be getting from my nice relic here. Okay, that was close. I almost got hit. So, I mean, I might even be looking at a win here, and for not playing Isaac in quite a while, that is definitely a good sight. Let's pop you open, and Red Patch. I think that's actually better than Blue Baby's Soul right now, because Blue Baby's Soul just doesn't do very much damage, and I really hope I get Envy's drop here. But the Red Patch at least is going to increase my damage when I take damage, and I don't, like, I'm not a proponent of taking damage or anything, but it's eventually going to happen at some point, so I might as well go for that chance of extra damage output for myself, if that does end up being the case. And unfortunately, we don't get Envy's drop. I could have rerolled that into something potentially helpful, which is the reason why I wanted it. And although I have already seen Envy's drop in-game, which is Shoop de Whoop, so maybe that's the reason why I could not get it. I'm not really completely 100% certain how that works. Curse Room, should I go for it? I think I gotta go for it here, although actually on second thought, there's not really anything in there that I could find, because I've already seen all the guppy items. So there's no chance of becoming Guppy, although it's already way too late for that. And I've already gotten the Mark and Pact, so... You know, never mind. We'll give the Curse Room a miss. I mean, I thought better of it. At first I was like, yeah, Curse Room. And then I'm like, oh, I don't really want or need anything from this Curse Room. And now that I see this room that we come across, I'm actually kind of glad we gave that Curse Room a miss, because I took a couple hits there. Although, I must admit, I got that guy down really quickly after those hits I took, so... We will try for this beggar. I hope I won't get hit by the spikes here when I walk across. It looks like I'm completely fine. So hopefully this beggar... I mean, paying out with a compass would be pretty... No, okay. But we can reroll it into a rosary. So 3 soul hearts. That makes up for some of the damage that I took. Actually makes up for all of the damage that I took in that last room. So hey, you know, going pretty well here. Ah, we got a chest in the boss room itself. That's pretty crazy. You see that happen sometimes when you see champions spawn from Mom. It's just weird, but kind of a cool occurrence at the same time. I like just meandered through those bullets there shot by Monster. I'm very surprised they didn't get hit, but... And we don't, like, dropping bombs isn't as much of a necessity when I have Brimstone, but it's still nice to get her down a little bit quicker. Look at this boss fight. I'm doing really good damage at the moment. Unfortunately, wasn't able to get her down to the perma stage by the time Duke of Flies came out, but hopefully I'll get her down before Chubb is released, and yeah, I did, which is good, because Chubb can really slow down the boss fight for you, so... And we should be just about done with Mom, ready to move on to the Cathedral. See you, Mom? Cathedral, here we go. Curse of Darkness. Okay, that sucks, but... I mean, I don't have a compass anyway, so it's not the biggest deal. Please be something good. 2 pills. One of them, I believe, is undiscovered. Ball of Steel. Chance here. Bad trip. Fair enough. Oh, at first I was like, why did I fart there? And I'm like, oh, panic farts. That's right. I was like, bad trip pill equals bad gas pill? No. That's not how it works. Alright, that's the wrong way. I'm glad that that's the wrong way, too, because I don't really want to traverse that maze of traps, spike traps. Oh, this room could be unfriendly. Although, it looks like I'm going to get through it unscathed. There we go, that's how you do it. And I'm going to try downwards. I got a feeling about the downwards direction here. I'm gonna try to like walk really close to Monstro 2 and like graze him with my sacrificial dagger, but actually that's probably a bad idea. Because there's just like a couple of frames there where I can actually hit Monstro 2, and then a couple of frames where I actually get hit trying to. I could just like bomb my way out of this room, I guess, because there's not really much point in finishing it off, but we'll give Monstro 2 his fair share here and honor his competition with us. Although it's not really much of a competition, but... Widows is always a room I appreciate because it's really, really easy. There we go. Widows is always nice to get in the womb, and maybe not the womb, but the Cathedral. Alright, more soul hearts. I still can't see my... why did everything explode just so I entered the room? Wait, is this telepills, I think? Yeah, it is. Alright, I might try that on the chest just to see if I can't get like a really lucky telepills and like spawn right next to the boss room or something. We will not honor this monster, however. And it turns out that I paid for that by this not being the correct way to the boss room. It's probably like an impossible location for the boss room. I just can't tell because there's no mini-map. Alright, please don't move my bomb out of the way. Thank you, sir. I'll shoot you once just for good measure, and then we'll proceed on. Oh, every single time! That's 3 times in a row that something's exploded like the second I've entered the room. I swear, that must be the peeper eye. That must be the peeper eye, like right as I enter the room. The peeper eye, like, just starts in the room at the same spot. Oh, this is not good. It's not good. They were charging alternate directions. You never want to see that happen. Alright, so I'm down like 3 soul hearts just because of that peeper eye going off on me there. Exploding. I have lots of money. I just have absolutely no use for it at the moment. Alright, you know, I think right now would be a good time for our boss room. I just think so. Agreed. And now would also be a good time for you to drop the Steam sale so I could re-roll it. Ah, no such luck. Whole bunch of money that I really don't need at all, but I'll pick it up anyway because, you know, OCD and all that. But, oh, that was close. I really can't explain how I wasn't hit there, but apparently that was how it worked out. Not sure I believe it, but alright. Oh, okay, that was close. Just barely had enough speed to get past those spikes. Still not the boss room, eh? See? Alright, well. It's gonna happen one of these days. There's only so many rooms that cannot be the boss room. Eventually you will come across to one that has to be the boss room because there's just no possibilities left. Alright, now would be a good time for an item. Or 2 bombs. If I haven't cleared out the Devil Room pool already, which is a possibility, you know. Not entirely counting that out. So I do have the 3 orbitals. It would be really cool if I had permanent Polaroid invincibility right now, because I have the Sacrificial Dagger. You know, unfortunately I don't, but we'll try to work with it. Should be okay. I mean, with the, not 3 orbitals. At least not in blocking terms. I only have the 2 blocking orbitals, and then I have the 1 damage orbital that I can't make use of because no Polaroid invincibility. I just barely dodged out of that one in the correct timing. Anyway, should be a pretty easy Isaac fight because, again, like, Brimstone is beast for Isaac. High damage and low fire rate, which is what you want for Isaac. I mean, it's possibly even better than high damage and high fire rate just because, like, he barely shoots anything at him. Look at this. This is pathetic. He just spits out a few tears every now and then. It's like, it's just the saddest Isaac fight I've ever seen because he's, like, not doing a whole lot. But yeah, I mean, it just goes for a very, very easy fight when you have lots of damage. And I've had like 3 or 4 damage ups. I've had a lot, so we take like one or 2 hearts of damage there. I only have 2 keys because bad key management. Technology 2 actually makes me worse, and those 2 items aren't necessarily helping either. All right, so I'd love to get more keys, but we'll see if that happens. Just looking for the boss mainly right now, and I should be able to pick myself up a win, although that's not necessarily guaranteed because of just the troll. The troll engine of Isaac could very well mean that there is a million rooms that are all incredible difficult. That could definitely be a possibility. Oh, this is close. I'm just like weaving my way through bullets here. It doesn't really matter which one I kill last because I'd reroll all of these guys' specific item drops. I just hope I get the item drop last. I'll kill Greed because like he always seems. Never mind. I guess I'm killing Wrath last. Change of plans. Still no specific item drop. And we get the exact same room back to back. Okay, you guys are getting another shot at redemption here. I completely forgot I had infestation. It's like been literally so long since I got hit and had flies come out. It's kind of strange seeing it, but you know, I can live with 1 heart of damage. That's fine. I cannot live with getting no item drops or keys, though. That's really unfortunate. Although, I mean, it's the chest, and I beat Isaac fairly easily, so I shouldn't really need too much more help to beat the blue baby, especially considering he has lower health. Okay, try number 3. Although this time they added Sloth to the mix, so it's not exactly the same. Oh, Wrath is just like, or not Lust even. Lust is like just bouncing all over the place. This guy is nuts. Completely nuts. I kill Wrath every single time last, and he keeps letting me down. Stop letting me down, dude. Don't let me down now. Not this time. There you go. Fat on Rut Mushroom. Okay, perfect. Health up as well as extra damage. That's definitely not a letdown whatsoever. And I think with this guy, you can actually stand on him. Yeah, you can stand on him and he doesn't damage you. And you know what that means? It means a very quick kill because I got my orbitals in there, and that's always good to remember that you can stand on that particular boss. There's not that many enemies in the game which you can actually stand on and they don't hit you, but that is one of them. So it's always good to keep that in mind. Keep that present in mind. I probably shouldn't have killed Wrath last considering I've already had his droplets. YOLO telepills this, I guess. We actually go into the secret room, which I can just leave. Although, I mean, I could have done that to try to get a reroll from Super Greed, but I'm not too stressed about it. Oh, that was close. Oh, I really don't want to take damage here, but yeah, it's so close to all the enemies. Okay, you should be dead. I do have the bonus damage from Red Patch as well. You're gone. See you later. Nice knowing you. We're done with that room. Alright, no key drop. That's fine. I would have preferred one, but, you know, whatever. Oh, this is not a good room to be in. This is not what I wanted to see at all. Please just be done quickly so I can leave. Alright, 1 heart of damage, 2 hearts of damage. I can live with that. As long as the boss fight is coming up soon. Blue enemy here. Another damage. Man, all this damage. That was really close to getting hit, as well as that. Ah! It's so tense. I get really tense sometimes when it's just bullet hell here. Okay, that was possibly the most anticlimactic room of all time. Still no boss fight. Alright, that's seems to be a pattern here with the last 2 floors. Taking a long time to find our boss fight. So let's kill Greed last, because we can actually get an item from Greed to reroll. We cannot get one from Wrath, because we've already had it. As tempting as it is to just blast away at Greed, we gotta hold off here. Okay, now I can kill Greed and feel no remorse. And he gave me the Steam Sale, which becomes Thin Odd Mushroom, so we had the Fat and the Thin. Thin does increase my fire rate, but I don't know how well it stacks with Brimstone. Let's try it out. Because why not, at this point? At least I'm much smaller now. Let's see how fast this recharges. A little bit faster. Doesn't really seem to be a huge difference, though I still haven't had a key drop on this floor, which is annoying, but... Bloat is... Speaking of annoying, you know, this guy is the king of annoying. Oh, there we go. Got hit. Alright, well, 1 heart damage, I can live with that. Especially due to the fact that it's bloat, you know, that's completely fine. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pick up a win at this point with all the damage I've been taking. Oh, that was a really, really bad time to Brimstone. And now you want to time them. There we go. Alright. That room could have definitely gone better, but let's pick up a soul heart. Not so much. Still don't have anything to do. Oh, another bad room, man. Come on. Although I do have piercing tears, so maybe this room isn't like the worst possible room I could find, but it's still not one of my favorites. So the boss room better be like the next room, because this is getting a little bit ridiculous. I didn't really want to full clear the chest. Flat penny. I don't really see how that would be helpful. Okay, finally the boss room. I was gonna say, like, I don't want to die without even making it to Blue Baby. That's just really depressing. If I die on Blue Baby, you know, fair enough. The game beat me, but we want a shot at least, right? And I haven't actually died on Blue Baby that many times, because usually by the time you actually... Oh, that was just bad play. Usually by the time you actually make it to Blue Baby, you're overpowered enough to the point where you don't typically have that much problems with him, although I've had a few runs that didn't necessarily go that well. Alright, you're done, son. And, oh, I didn't even see that. At least there's plenty of red hearts around on the floor, so damage from this point doesn't really matter, because I can just heal it back. And, yeah, I'm almost dead. As long as I don't, like, die on this room, that is. Okay, so time to backtrack a little bit to pick up some hearts, so that I don't die. And as long as I'm at full health, I should be able to beat Blue Baby. You know, I'll have 4 hits that I can take, and I'm doing some really good damage. I mean, I beat Isaac only taking 1 heart of damage, so... Should I be able to beat Blue Baby? Oh, I just took 2 hearts. I realized that was a mistake. I should have only taken 1 of those half hearts, but whatever. Because then that would give me a few seconds of Polaroid invincibility if it actually got to that point at the very end. But it's fine. Let's try the fight. And, you know, at least there is some tension in this one. There's actually, like... It's not as fun if you go into the Blue Baby fight and you have, like, 100 million hearts. And it's just like, oh, hey, man. I'm just going to stand here and shoot at you for a little while, and eventually you'll die, and it doesn't really matter how much you hit me, because you can't kill me. At least now we have a bit of excitement in the Blue Baby fight, so that's kind of what I was going for. Still haven't been hit. I want to keep that trend going for as long as physically possible. Oh, there we go. It happened. So, it turns out as long as physically possible isn't really very long, and we get hit again, which, just incredibly depressing, but... Should be able to get through this fight, only, you know, as long as we get down to the Phase 3. The Phase 3, as long as he doesn't spawn a whole ton of angels, is much easier, because we don't have to dodge as many tiers. You know, he only shoots out the occasional homing tier. And as long as I can... Oh, I'm down, though. I'm down to 1 heart left, so we'll see. We'll see if we can make this happen. Although, if I do die, I mean, I think this was a fairly okay run. I'm satisfied with it, you know. Low-ish health run, although I did have a decent amount of spirit hearts the whole time, so not really that low. And we are down to Phase 3. He hasn't spawned any angel babies yet. Let's continue this. Oh, here they come, though. They're all coming in droves. All the angel babies at once. And he's almost dead. He's down. Okay, we win on 1 red heart, so that was, I guess, a little bit exciting at the end. Always nice to see that. So yeah, that's about all for this run. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully Rebirth comes out relatively soon, although it does have a set launch date, so we can't really control that. But when it does come out, I'll be doing a lot more Isaac, but you know, expect to see the occasional Isaac run now and again until that point eventually happens. And you know, maybe I'll do Borderlands pre-sequel, maybe not. I haven't made a decision yet, but until then, I'll see you guys next time, and farewell.